I think I may have broken my toe. Good morning, campers. I am just leaving the Fontana Marina area. I'll give you a quick look around behind me. You can't really see very much. There's parking area down there, and then you can see back here. You can see the lake a little bit with the mist coming off it. But I got to get moving because it's like 31 degrees. It's literally just at freezing. And I got an uphill climb this morning. Got about a 2,000 foot elevation climb for the first few miles. Total of about 13.7 miles today. I'm going to Stecoah Gap. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to Stecoah Gap, and I'm going to go to another hostel tonight. And I think I'm going to take another zero tomorrow. I took a zero yesterday. I'm going to take another one tomorrow. Because I spent a lot of the time yesterday going through my resupply box, my bounce box, just doing a lot of cleaning and organizing and stuff like that. So now I'm in pretty good shape. I do need to get some resupplies when I get to the next hostel, but minor stuff, breakfast, lunch, snacks. I got my dinners. I got like 11 dinners. I got way too many dinners. So I'm about to go into the woods here. And like I said, 13.7 miles. So I got to get there, and then I have to get a shuttle to the hostel. And tomorrow, I'll do the small resupply. I won't need to do laundry. I'll take a shower, of course, but I'll be able to spend most of tomorrow editing videos, which is very important because I have to free up space on my phone. So with that said, I don't want to use up any more space on my phone, so I will let you go, and we'll check in later. Hey, just a quick check-in. 1 hour into my hike, I've covered 1.8 miles, which I'm very happy with because it's been all uphill. And there's still more uphill. I'm only about 2/3 of the way up to the top of this big climb this morning. So it's about 2.5, close to 3 mile climb. Anytime I can do better than 1.5 miles an hour on an uphill, I'm pretty happy. So I'm warmed up now. My hands are no longer numb. Sun's out. I'll be taking off my wool beanie here shortly, and possibly my fleece a little later when it warms up. But making good progress. So you see the rocks and the roots and the other obstacles mixed in there with the leaves? No? Well, guess what? Neither do I. That's what makes this treacherous. The trail is covered in leaves. I can't see anything that's under there. So every step is kind of a gamble. And I've slipped a few times, haven't fallen. But yeah, the leaves are beautiful, but they create quite a hazard on the trail here. So one of those things you don't think about until you're out here. I don't know if the leaves are making too much noise for you to hear me talk. I hope not. But I think I may have broken my toe. Over 2,000 miles. Nothing but cuts, scrapes, bruises, insect bites, and so on. And I think I broke my toe. Not on the trail, at the hostel. Classic. This is probably the 4th or 5th time I've done this in my life. I had socks on, and I went to throw something out. It was one of those little kick waste cans. You got to step on the little lever, and the top pops open. And it was tucked around the corner of the dresser. And so I walked around the corner to step on it, and my foot caught the edge of the dresser. And I was like, oh, shoot. I pulled off my sock. No discoloration, no bruising, no swelling. Although today, the second day, my pinky toe was a little bit red and sore. I did my stretches this morning. Didn't feel too bad. So I either just really bruised it or like sprained it, or the bone is so small I could have fractured it. Not badly, probably just a hairline, crack. Not a compound fracture or anything like that. So anyway, it's a little sore. When I step on something the wrong way, it hurts. Not real bad, but I should be fine to finish my hike. But one of those things. It's like, well, here we go. You know, I'm just a couple weeks away from finishing, and I possibly have a broken toe, but I'll survive. So I met another hiker back there, and we talked for like 15 minutes, and he started rattling off names of other hikers he's passed. He's going north, I'm going south. He's section hiking, but I knew almost all the names he mentioned. He's like, oh, Decadent, Truman, Clydesdale, Crossword, Tick, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of those people I know because I've met them on the trail or been at hostels with them. Others, I just knew their name because I've seen their name at hostel, you know, or in a shelter register and so on. So that was pretty wild. I knew all those people were ahead of me because I'm slowing down and I'm taking more zeros. But that's just kind of funny. You meet some random person you've never met before, and they're rattling off the names of, you know, 8 people or whatever that you know. Kind of funny. So I'm happy for them that they're ahead and they're going to be finishing up, possibly this week. Or certainly within the next 10 days to 2 weeks. I've got 2.5 weeks in my schedule left, so I wonder if I'll see anyone else I know between now and then. I might not. It might be a very lonely 2.5 weeks because everyone else is ahead of me. I'm the slowpoke, bringing up the rear. So I just took a break at the, I forget what it's called, shelter. Crappy little shelter. Really tiny. Old, bad. A couple other southbound through hikers there. So we all took a snack break. I've only come 5.5 miles and it's 12:15. So, not very good pace. That's an average of like 1.5 miles an hour. So I'm gonna have to pick up my pace, get closer to 2 mile an hour overall average, which means I have to hike faster than 2 miles an hour to increase my average. So that's my goal. I'm gonna stop at the next shelter in 6 miles, have my tabbouleh as a snack. It's a hunting dog. He got separated from his group. I gave him a little pat. He was friendly. He said hello. He's sniffing. I can hear the other dogs baying in the background. So I think he can hear him too. So he knows where he needs to go. Hey, buddy. Now you find your way home, buddy. You got a GPS collar. Hey, dude. How you doing? Ha! How you doing? Okay, so the hunting dog is following me down the trail. I think he doesn't know how to get back to his pack. It's like almost 6 miles to the next road crossing. There is a collar on him with a phone number of his owner, I assume. So, if he sticks with me, here he is. If he sticks with me the whole 6 miles, I'll call his owner when we get to the road crossing. That's where I'm getting my shuttle. But if he drops off somewhere, I don't know. Hey, buddy. I don't know what'll happen to him. He's got a GPS, so hopefully they could find him. So I think he's confused. Oh well, we'll see what happens. It's been a mile. He's still following me. At this point, I feel responsible for him. It's over 5 miles to the next road crossing. I'm gonna have to call his owner at the shelter, which is like 2.25 miles from the road. Tell him your dog's with me and he's been following me, and I can try to get him to follow me to Stecoah Gap, and you can pick him up. We'll see how that works out. The dog's not following me anymore. I'm only about a mile to the shelter. I was going to call the number on his collar. I don't know where he went. If he went to explore something, smell something. He can follow my scent, I'm sure, if he wants to, but you know, I'm not going to wait for him. Maybe he heard, maybe his owner has a dog whistle and he's whistling for him or something, who knows. But I hope he's okay. So quick update on the dog. The dog kind of disappeared after I passed these 3 hikers. And I thought, well, he heard something. You know, he heard his pack or whatever, took off. So I stop and I get some water, and then I go to the shelter, the next shelter, to take a lunch break. And after about 10-15 minutes, the 3 hikers that were behind me started coming in, along with a few other hikers that I guess they were with, or I don't know if there was a separate group or what. But, and here comes the dog. The dog had followed them. So now the dog's at the shelter. He's hungry because I started eating and he was like all jumped, like trying to get up and trying to smell my stuff, getting his snoot into my container, my cold soak container. And I had to hide everything. But I gave him some keto snack, which is like nuts and seeds and cheese balls. I took the macadamia nuts out because that's bad for dogs. He scarfed that down. And somebody gave him a packet of tuna. He scarfed that down. He's kind of skinny. He looked like he hadn't eaten in a while. And then I took my water. Geez, it's steep here. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I gotta climb up. And you can't tell, that's a good 35 degree incline. Okay, so I gave the dog water, and I took the screw top from my cold soak container, which is only like, this deep, like a ½ inch deep, and I squirted water, filtered water into it, and he started lapping it up, and I just kept squirting water. I must have squirted 8 to 10 ounces of water. He lapped it all up, so he was thirsty. As far as I know, we tried to call the number on the collar. One of the other women tried to call the number on the collar, and it said, if you're calling about a lost dog, call this other number. She called the other number, and the mailbox is full. What? Gee, maybe you got a lot of missing dogs if your mailbox is full. But so and then she tried to send a text to both numbers, the number that was on the collar and the number that said call this other number if you're calling about a lost dog. So he's back there at the shelter. I made sure he didn't follow me. I hope he doesn't follow me. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I mean, if he's going to hang out with those folks all night and follow them out in the morning. I'm just over 2.25 miles from the road at Stecoah Gap. I called my shuttle. He's going to meet me there in an hour and 20 minutes. So I got to get moving. But the dog is at least around people, and there's a water source down there, and they fed him some food. So he's safe, and he's around people who like dogs. So I'm gonna hope for the best for him. One more thing while I'm on the topic of hunting dogs and bear hunting. The one woman at the shelter, and I know I talked about this before, but it's come up now, so I'll talk about it again. One woman at the shelter was calling the number on the collar. I checked with her before I left. Did you leave a message? Did you text and everything? Yeah, I tried, but the box is full, etc. And then she goes, I don't understand why you can just let your dogs off the leash like that and let them run around the woods with a GPS collar. She goes, I'm from Colorado. You can't do that there. You can't just let your dogs roam around the woods. And I said, yeah, I'm from upstate New York. I said, I don't think you can do that in New York either. Not that I know of. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the hunting rules, but I've never seen hunting dogs running around the woods with GPS collars on. And she goes, and it's for bear hunting? And I said, I think so. I said, I think it's bear hunting season now. And the dogs have the GPS collars. They let the dogs go. The dogs sniff out a bear, however they do it. Chase the bear until the bear runs up a tree to get away from the dogs. The dogs all congregate around the tree and start barking. And the guy who owns the dogs has a computer screen, and you can see all the dots of the dogs all congregated in one spot, not moving. He knows, they've treed a bear or something. And then he goes out and he uses GPS to track down the dogs, and I'm sure you can hear him barking at some point, and follows them. And then he shoots the bear out of the tree. But she goes, what kind of hunting is that? And I said, yeah, it's not. So that's not hunting. I said, that's, it's cornering an animal and killing it. I'm like, there's no sport in that. And it's not even hunting. The dogs are hunting. The dogs are bear hunting. You're not. The human is just bear killing. Just to be clear, if that's how you hunt bear, you're not a bear hunter. Your dogs are bear hunters. Your dogs hunt down the bear and trap it and corner it, and you just come along and kill it. So your dogs are bear hunters, but you're a bear killer. Just to be clear, okay? Because hunting involves, you know, tracking down the animal and so on. The dog's doing that. You're not. So anyway, just want to throw that out there. If that's how you hunt bear, then you're not a bear hunter. You're just the bear killer. The dogs are the bear hunters.